Hello and welcome to. No, no, that's not going to work. That's not what we're doing here. Nope, 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 nope. Even ditch these. Yeah. Anyways, hey y'all. I decided I wanted to do a few videos over just writing and grammar and things like that, since that's what I really enjoy doing. I'll start by saying I am not an English teacher. When I started writing professionally, it was not good. I promise you. I had forgotten a lot of the things that my English teachers tried to teach me, but having ADD in the 80s was not a good thing. Uh, and I was not diagnosed nor medicated. That's I'm already going down a bunny trail. You see where I'm going with that. Anyways, so I had to relearn just some of the basics of grammar. All of us can take a little bit of time to better ourselves when we are writing, maybe like an email at your work, for business, or even just correspondence in general. Now, I will say there are people that they call the grammar police, grammar Nazis, whatever. That's not me. I'm not the guy that's on Facebook or Twitter, name your social media platform. I'm not the one calling people out for the wrong conjugation, whatever it may be. First of all, I think that that's ridiculous because, face it, we all have different ways of communicating, verbally, written form, even sign language, that sort of thing. And as long as you're communicating your message effectively, then it's correct. But that being said, there is a place for proper grammar. And I would say, especially if you're writing an important email, or maybe you're making a grant request for your organization, you want to put your best foot forward. You don't have to write in a real flowery, lots of big words type, writing. I would make the case that you definitely don't want to do that, because then you just come off as some alien. But you do want your writing to be succinct. You want it to be very clear what you're saying. How many times have you emailed somebody and in your head you know what you're trying to say, but they completely take it the wrong way and sometimes get offended by it? I've done that. So today I just want to touch on one little aspect of grammar that we don't really talk about much. Well, let me give you some examples of active versus passive. So active voice means the subject is performing the action, okay? Passive means an action is being acted upon the subject, okay? And in passive voice, some form of the verb to be, so is, are, is always used. Now, I'll give you some examples. Say I'm writing a novel and the main character's name is Mikey. And there's a scene where Mikey is being chased by a serial killer, okay? And I write, being chased by the killer, Mikey ran down the hall. That's an example of active voice, because Mikey, the subject, ran down the hall. Now I could say, running down the hall, Mikey was chased by the killer. And in some ways that kind of sounds better, and I do that a lot. I will write a sentence like that because I think it sounds good. But between those two sentences, more times than not, the active voice just flows better. our minds process action. The passive voice is just ultimately, if you were to write passively consistently, your writing would be weak, and it just doesn't ultimately sound as good. So if you want, do like I did. Look at your writings, and see how many times are you using passive voice. You will be surprised because I didn't realize how much I was doing it. And the more you practice writing in the active voice, the more used to it, the more comfortable you'll get with it, and your writing will be better. I will say that I use Grammarly. I'm not sponsored by them. That's just who I use. The spell check and the grammar check that comes with, like Word is good, but to a certain point. Grammarly will do things like seek out passive voice for you. And so that was very helpful when I first started out. Now I don't get dinged nearly as much as I did before. And sometimes I want to use passive voice. There is a place for it, don't get me wrong. And really, you can just do a simple Google search, active versus passive voice, and find lots of examples and see where it is a good thing to use. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you're staying safe. Have a great day.